Aftershock.
Aftershock XL.
Aftershock XL.
Steve Grillo.
Top shelf liquor. Top shelf liquor.
Each week, the former Howard Stern intern will interview celebrities and his eclectic friends.
Whoa, what's going on out there? You were my #1 man. I don't give that role to anybody.
Sharing twisted tales of debauchery.
And I'm just dumbfounded.
This is Aftershock XL.
Yeah, it's me. Look at me. I got a fancy new look to my show. I have to thank the person that helped me, but they would like to remain anonymous, which I completely understand. And it's Star Wars' Gay Day, according to the Kinky Loco. Good afternoon, everybody. May the 4th be with you. I will refuse to never back down when it comes to Star Wars. Star Wars is one of my greatest childhood memories, and it has impacted my life in so many different ways that I will just never, it's so funny. I've become a collector. I've got to become friends with Mark Hamill and his family. We'll get into that story a little later. But I'm trying to do everything, all Star Wars, for today. This is just a dry run. Hold on, I'll be with you guys in a second. I want to find out about that Drunken Donuts, but Star Wars is very dear to me. I've become friends with Mark Hamill and his family. I just want to be able to come on and play around with this new setup I got. It's kind of like really professional. I got the QR code up in the corner if you want to super tip me. And the super tips, they're going to work. I would love to, so someone just, check it out for me and just super tip me real quick. And I'd appreciate it just to see how I want to make sure it works. And thank you very much for the person that helped me look like a professional. I didn't realize how unprofessional I looked. I feel very comfortable in my spot today. And I want to just come off and talk about what I got going on. So Drunken Donuts, we'll start off with you. Look how nice that is. What's up, Grill? Hope you're doing well. Carmic's channel has been shut down, and everybody's saying you're behind it. I don't even know how to shut down a channel, but if you're trying to start shit with me, yeah, it's of course you got to fucking have a wise ass stupid comment, but I'll put it up there anyway. Ryan, what's up? How you doing? It's very basic, but it's better than what I had, which is it makes it not basic. It's just really cool. It's just something I picked out, really cool. But the cool thing is, I can fucking change it, and there's no way in hell. Can you put up a super tip? Yes. I can, Ryan. I can put up a super tip. I would love to try it out if anybody's willing to just jump on real quick. I've everything set up as far as I know, but we've all seen me crash and burn before, and it's something I'm not gonna say it's not gonna happen, but it's been test run, and I'm hoping for the best. I got the QR code up there now. Check this out. This is kind of cool. So if I have to go to the bathroom, okay, I could just do this. Or if I want to promote my book, I could do this. So, amongst other things, I'm all set up now. I'm wearing my old bed sheet. No, this is my Star Wars party shirt. It is the same exact design that my mother used to make my pillowcases and my curtains and my bed sheets. It's a classic Star Wars shirt. A good friend of mine by the name of Ron Barber has a matching one that he gave me. And we go to Met games like this, and we go to events like this. It's not a shower curtain, but it was a curtain for the window. Yeah, I'm just like, if I have a technical difficulty, Ryan, I now have something that's telling me that it's not dead air. Like if you just have dead air, you walk away from a microphone, it kind of, it just throws you off a bit. So what was Carmix or Karma? I did not strike any. First of all, I have no reason to strike anybody's channel. If I was going to strike anybody's channel, it would have been Stuttering John for playing all my videos. And I did not do that either. So he literally played my whole entire fucking show on his show. And I did not strike him, but I could have, and I didn't. So why would I totally strike somebody's channel who I have no beef with. It doesn't make any sense to me. See, here's a perfect example. Okay, I need to do something that I forgot to do before the show started. So I'm going to do this. So now, instead of you just seeing me blank screen, I am able to go. I had to turn off the back lights, and it was something about bazooka launcher. I don't know what bazooka launcher is. So, Drunken Donuts. See, doesn't that look cool? That's so much better than what it was. Get your whole cool name out there. And it was, I don't know what bazooka launcher is. Or you just trying to start shit? Probably. I don't get it. But I got a guest coming on in a little while. Let me get this hide show. That was Top Shelf Liquor like it. Yeah, I don't know. And so here we go with my first chance of having a guest. I'm going to go to double. I'm going to right click over here, replace speaker, and then I'm going to replace it with replacing all scenes. And there it is. Joe, American Cupcake. We got some volume on there, buddy?
Hello, hello. Can you hear me?
All right, I like it. I hope the person that's watching me with the new system I got set up, that they're very proud of me right now for bringing on a guest without having to go down to the bottom part. You know what I'm talking about, Cupcake?
Yeah.
Instead of going down to the scene and, remove from scene, you could do everything up in the first bunch of layers.
Yeah.
You could do that too.
That
wasn't my choice, but I'm more like, everybody, we're in Cupcake here. Give him a round of applause.
What's going on, everybody?
So nothing. So I don't know if Drunken Donuts is just trying to start shit, but apparently I'm being like Carmix. Wait, there's Carmix and there's who else?
There's Karmic X and then there's Cardiff Electric.
Cardiff. I think they're saying there's Cardiff's channel down.
No, it's It's Karmic. It's your.
Yeah. No, I was just explaining to everybody that why would I if Stuttering John was playing my show relentlessly before he fucking face planted in front of the world, I would have taken his plant channel down because he was like literally playing everything of mine without hesitation and not saying very nice things about me.
Yeah, I mean that's just John.
Yeah, no, and first of all, and the other thing too is apparently
who am I telling that's just John? Jesus Christ.
Yeah. I know, but if I was going to strike anybody, I would have had him stricken,
Yeah.
And on the other hand, too, is I didn't do it, but why did you get stricken? What kind of stupid shit did you say?
It's for harassment, apparently. That's what the word on the streets is.
I can handle my own. I don't need to go fucking tattletale to YouTube. So I don't know who he was harassing, but it wasn't me. In fact, someone sent me a clip that he actually said something nice.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, he tries to do that every once in a while.
So, and I don't mind it. These guys, you let him say what he has to say. I don't really know him. I've got a million things that people told me about him that are just awful. I can go on and on about what he's doing, but I don't have any interest in doing it. I have my own show. I'd rather talk to you. I'd rather, deal with my guests and shit like that. I got better things to do than chase these people around. It's pathetic.
Right. And I was on X and there's rumors that it was his girlfriend Felicia Ron Fuddle.
Okay.
That I don't believe it, but
yeah. What about this? He says I heard the rumor is that you were acting like a home monitor and struck him. I don't roll that way, buddy. Monitor. It's not how I roll. Yeah, so I like that because you're a little more in that. This is the mean Chino. He's about as mean as that picture that he puts up hiding behind. It was either Ron, Fuddle, or Grilly. No, not me, dude. You know what I did this weekend? I didn't pay attention to any of this shit. I went on a boat in Lake Mead all weekend. It was great. I
How
got
was
better
that?
things to do than fuck with these people. I swear to God. I actually have a life. I know that disappoints people. They want to see me fail. They want me to be fucking my nose in the dirt, but it's just not happening out here in Vegas, bro. I sent you the pictures, right?
Yeah, yeah, I got the pictures.
Yeah.
Fucking amazing,
So
dude.
explain to these people, I'm not fucking striking anybody. I'm living a life. It's pretty fun.
Yeah, no, yeah, if he had time to actually strike somebody this weekend while he was out on that huge fucking boat on Lake Mead, like that's
Yeah, it would be
yeah,
pretty stupid of me.
like come on, dude.
So,
I
yeah,
mean, you
you know
called
what?
me and
It's
I was
so
like,
funny because
I
I
was
guess
like,
the big
dude,
thing with
stop
Lake.
talking to me. Like,
What's that?
go have. I was like, you called me. I was like, dude, stop talking to me. Go have fun. What the fuck?
Yeah, I know. I didn't expect how big this boat was, but apparently it's one of the biggest ones on Lake Mead, and I have free access. So, any you want to come out? You coming this way, Cupcake? I got you, man.
I'm in, dude.
We'll have
I'm
a
in.
nice romantic party on the top deck when the sun goes down.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
can hold
Just you and
hands
me,
and talk
you
about
and
the
me, and
first
a
thing that
candlelight
pops
dinner.
up. What's
Yeah,
that?
I'm in. I said you and me and a candlelight dinner. I'm in.
Yeah. So let's give an update. How are you feeling? I know you're home now. You're back in your home turf.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Everything's good. You know, I'm on my medication now. I didn't die. So now I just gotta. Tomorrow I gotta see about getting a doctor and a cardiologist. So I got insurance taken care of today. So
Yeah. Wait. I hold on a second. The insurance. Wait. Insurance is here.
yeah, right. Yeah, so everything's good. I'm going to chill out for a little bit and have a talk with my boss. Talk about changing my routes, so I'm not going, cross country anymore. So
Does that affect your workload, or you just changes your?
I mean, I probably won't be in a box truck like I am. I'll probably be in a cargo van, just doing from like Ohio, Michigan, Ohio to Minnesota, Ohio, or Iowa, Missouri. Just that radius.
Okay. I'm trying to see if I can find a cheap flight to Ohio this weekend, but I don't think it's going to happen. I have a family. There's a family thing going on out there that everybody's going to, and I'm like, I hate missing family parties. I feel like my family is just so amazing,
Uh huh.
and I just when if there's a party and I'm not there, I just feel like, oh my god, like some people like are like, oh great, I'm too far, I don't have to go. I'm like, I'll
Right.
crawl on my hands and knees if I have to. I have to go. I'm going back to. I'm going to be doing the show from New York at
Oh,
the end of May, and I have some things I have to take care of, like sort of settle up. And plus, I know this sounds fucking gay as hell, but I miss my cat. I
it's not
completely
dated.
miss
It's
my
pet, bro.
cat. And I also wanted to come on. I wanted to. We'll talk about Star Wars in a minute, but I also wanted to come on and say, this week's going to be pretty busy. Wednesday, it's 100% official. I have Jennifer Flowers coming on. Now she's been on my show.
Whoa.
Yeah, she's been on my show before, but it didn't look like this. It was she. I think she was probably the first guest. I became friends with Jennifer. Probably, just on Facebook. Just reached out to her and was like, "Oh my God, you're awesome." I used to work on the Stern Show, but she didn't really give a shit.
Oh,
It
really?
was more just like she was just so nice. And then when I was doing the show right at the beginning of COVID, I was doing it from my house, and she came on, and we hit it off. She's such a genuine like Southern belle. She's got that like awesome accent, and she's very like sensual, sexy, and so much fun. She's like awesome, like she's total like one of the guys kind of, but she's a woman, like that.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
And so she came on my show, and we had such a good time, and we talked about Dick Bag interviewing her during. The press conference, that first press conference, where it really kind of put Sterling John on a national map
Yeah.
where he was. And the funny thing is, it's like it's not like he wrote the question; he just had the balls to be there and answer it,
Right.
ask it. But the question was, it was during the scandal where Bill was on a national level where he was governor of Arkansas, and he was getting groomed to be the president.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, all the dirty laundry that this cocksucker has done over his career, horrible, horrible shit that he got away with. as governor, as a typical politician, and all of a sudden, like they couldn't contain it. Like it was falling out from everywhere. And Jennifer, who genuinely had a relationship with him for a very long time, because Jennifer will tell you that Hillary's gay, and that they had an arrangement, and Bill basically told Hillary to shut up if you want to come along the ride. And they were very close at some point, but when the Jennifer thing came out, he denied it, of course, to the extent, and it was the first ride, never had relations with that woman. That was with Jennifer. And then he admitted he slept with her once, but meanwhile, they had like a 10-year love affair.
Yeah, that Monica Lewinsky was the audit.
Oh, yeah, no, she's the one who blew the lid off of everything.
Yeah.
And so he, I gotta put that up. Hold on a second. This guy's so mean. This man almost died a week ago, and you're asking me to guess some relevant questions. Yeah, we did. He's doing great. He just maybe tune in and listen. We dealt with that, Chino. But thank you very much for the comment. So, yeah, love affairs. My love affairs. Yeah, read my book. There's plenty of things about my love affairs in my book. Believe it or not. Oh, so check this out. You want to read my book? Check it out. There you go. Order my book to find out all about my love affairs, because there's a bunch of them in there. And then I kept those are the dirty ones. There's ones that are even dirtier. Those are dirty. I left out the filthy ones because my mom was reading it. She still had to read the threesomes with my ex. You know, I don't think she was too surprised. I gotta be honest. So anyway, Jennifer, we became friends, and right when COVID, because we were like during COVID, we were like buddies. We would talk all the time, and she was like, just like during COVID, she was, it was just starting to lift. You know what I'm saying? It was like that feeling where you could poke your head out and look around, and you could step out a little, and then all of a sudden, flights were slowly starting to get back. And she's like, we had so much fun during COVID. She's like, I'm gonna fly your ass down to Branson, Missouri. We're gonna have a good time. And I was like, okay, sure. So she flew me down to Branson. And we really got to know, not like that, but we got to know each other. And, she told me some shit that, she swore me to secrecy. And then now all this crap is coming out with Hillary and all this Epstein files and stuff. And I said, remember that some of that stuff that you told me that I wouldn't say, would you want to say it now? And she goes, you know what? I think it's time I did tell everybody the truth. So she did tell me on one of my first shows that nobody was really watching, but it was so much so that I took the clips and I sent it to the press, and nobody would touch it. It was that hot.
Wow.
And in the middle, it was the day, I don't know if you remember, it was a couple months ago where Verizon just shit the bed that day. It was like Verizon went down. And it was yeah. So that was the day I interviewed her. So we were getting really into, and we weren't even live, but we were really getting into with the details about what she's going to talk about again now that I got legit in an audience. But a legit audience and, a nice little better setup. She started talking about the Clinton body count. And as soon as she said the Clinton body count, her fucking phone went dead. And it was like, there's a moment, I want to see if I'm going to try to pull that clip and play it when she's on here. Because it was like, and you could see it was like definitely one of the first shows I did. I didn't know which way to set up or how things were going. It was like horrible. And we were all like, oh shit. She just said Clinton body count, and the fucking phone went dead. That was kind of crazy.
Was it like Vince Foster found with 2 self-inflicted gunshot
wounds when he hung himself? Like, how do you go ahead and hang yourself, and in the process get 2 precise gunshot wounds to your chest? Like you're already strangling yourself, and if you ever had your airway cut off. It basically puts your brain in a panic mode where you really can't think straight. So I can imagine that once the rope hit your throat and you can't breathe, how do you have the cognizance to hold a shotgun out like this and blast yourself twice?
Well, you just want to make sure you got the job done.
Yeah, but you're also choking to death. So it's like
he's thorough. He never.
Yeah, and it's like
never accused him of not being thorough.
Chef drowned in 4 foot of water, right?
Right.
So, anyway, Jennifer's going to come on. She's going to retell the stories. I'm going to try to get some people
That's crazy,
from the
dude.
press to come on and make sure I listen and see if there's anything to pull out. You know, Bill is very into food. He liked to like spray
No
ketchup on
way.
her and lick it off and shit like that.
Ketchup?
Ketchup. I don't get the ketchup thing. And he liked to
Ew.
wear it. Wait, so here's what's kind of like
Ew.
yeah, I know, right? Here's what kind of like blew my mind is that he she told me about this before I saw the picture, and I called her up immediately. So she told me in confidence when I went down to Branson, Missouri for the weekend with her that he loved her blue nightie, and he used to wear her blue nightie all the time. So the moment I
Dude,
saw the painting of him in the blue dress at Epstein's Island,
I was just about to
I
mention.
called her and went, oh, Jennifer. She goes, I told you. I told you. So the moment, every time I see that painting, I really feel that's him
Wow.
posing for that. There's nothing superimposed. There's somebody sat there with an easel and fucking sat there and painted that motherfucker in a blue dress as he smiled very happily.
The
And
red.
so Jennifer will be on Wednesday at, what is it? I wrote it down. Thank God I'm writing things down now, Cupcake.
That's good.
Jennifer is going to be at 3:30 my time, I guess 6:30 New York time, and might have a couple of guests coming on. I have my friend, if you anybody watched the Netflix series Bad Vegan, Salma Melangalis wrote a book called The Girl with the Duck Tattoo, vindicating herself from being tortured by and mentally manipulated by her ex, who convinced her to steal millions of dollars from her investors, and they had a cross country. She was basically a prisoner, and then Netflix came out, and when she came, she did some hard time. And when Netflix came out, they offered her money to do a documentary called Bad Vegan, and they basically edited the fuck out of it to make her look like it was her, like she wasn't the victim and this guy was the victim, and that is so far from the truth. And by the way, Cupcake, she is fucking pretty easy on the eyes.
Really?
Yeah. So, but she's actually another really good friend of mine. She's going to be coming on. She has her Audible out because we were both writing our books at the same time, and we would like go back and forth with like like what do you think of this? What do you think of that?
Yeah, yeah.
And so I would love to get her on with Jennifer because they're both strong women that are very like opinionated. But I want Jennifer to tell her story, and I want Sarma to make sure she promotes her book, The Girl with the Duck Tattoo. And
That's a great title.
well, the thing is like
I wanted to ask. I
she
wanted
had
to
a-
ask if you had said that because I heard you say that. I wasn't. But
Yeah.
the girl with the duck tattoo.
she has one tattoo. It's a little tiny duck on her arm, and she has like 4 books out, but they were all raw vegan like cookbooks and stuff like that.
Oh wow.
In the one picture, and again, if you look up Sarma Bad Vegan, she's beautiful. And there's a picture of her with her sleeve rolled up, and she's looking over her shoulder, and the duck was on the cover of like one of her books. And so the girl with the duck tattoo, that's who she is. So she'll be either on tomorrow or Thursday. We haven't nailed down a date with her. And Friday, I have Antonia Bennett, Tony Bennett's daughter, coming on. So it's going to be a very woman-strong week. We're going to have a lot of women on
You
this
can't
week.
repel girl bossery of this magnitude, Grillo.
So let's see. He's such a hack. This guy is embarrassing. Who are we talking about? What happened, Cupcake? Who's
Oh, he's
the
probably
hack?
talking
Do
about
you
me.
not Drunken Donuts?
Oh, I got no problem with Drunken Donuts. I mean,
Oh, I don't know. These people turn on a dime. Ryan, this should be a phone. This should be a phone call podcast. Why? So you could yell at me and not yell at me? Yes, this guy. Yes, the duck tattoo can the guest say something? He's your guest today. Well, we're gonna get to that, homie. This guy's like directing my show. You're not the director, Chillin' 67, Chillino, whatever your name is. But I appreciate the info. So, so now you're of course your condition, your job is being your routes being changed, correct?
yeah, that's what I'm gonna talk to my boss. See Yeah, and it wasn't a heart attack, Drunken Donuts. It was blood clots. So
From
not a
yeah,
heart
well,
attack.
if you sit a lot, that's what happens.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. Like blood clots went from my legs up into my lungs, but they're gone now.
Oh, he's being nice now.
I know.
Oh, Drunken Donuts, you're so nice. So today, being May the 4th be with you, I thought it'd be fun to come on and tell a couple of Star Wars stories that I have in my book, and basically what's your well, we'll start out with this. How young were you when you realized what was Star Wars? Like, what was your first
Um,
memory of Star Wars?
yeah, I was 2 when Star Wars came out. I love the original trilogy. I remember going to the theater with my dad to see Empire Strikes Back on the day it came out. My cousin took me to go see Return of the Jedi. I am one of those Star Wars purists. I kind of only like the original trilogy. I'm not a fan of the books. Not a not, I I kind of don't like the prequels. I hated Rogue One.
What?
Yeah, I couldn't stand Rogue One. I
What? You
couldn't
better watch that
stand.
again, my friend, because I think that possibly out of
Oh,
I'm a student of
it,
Star Wars, and
it was fan service. The movie. Hey, remember this? Hey, remember this? Hey, remember
oh
this?
no, it told the story about how the plans got into fucking Leia's hands.
Yeah,
It's a
and we
story. It
we
starts
we
Star Wars. It's the
we
coolest thing that ever happened.
we found out about that in the title crawl to A New Hope. Plans were stolen.
Yeah, plans were stolen. We knew that, but
That's
how did she get the plans?
who cares?
Why?
Like,
Why? It's part of the whole
who
goddamn
cares?
plot. So, I highly recommend the animated series on Disney, Star
Ugh.
Wars, Clone Wars, the movie, the series. Then you got Star Wars Rebels, which is all pouring into which is such a like, oh my god, it's so amazing for a fan. If you watch Rebels and Clone Wars, seeing the characters
No.
on screen in real life, it's just so amazing. The one thing about the Clone Wars and all the animated series is they tell a detailed story of what was going on during the Clone Wars. Right before the Rebels really kind of start, how the rebellion started, and it is no joke. Do you remember watching G.I. Joe back in the day where anytime a
Yeah,
plane blew up, there was always a guy in a parachute? Oh, we can't show anybody dying. Yo,
yeah.
they're lopping motherfuckers' heads off, bro. It's like they fucking kill people cold and hard. It is really not a cartoon for children. And if you're a fan of this, uh, hold on a second.
I'm
Yeah, so he has my phone number. You have my phone number. If this is really you, bro, you can call me. I've texted you a bunch of times. I have no reason to hide from you. I'm not scared of you at all. There's nothing to be scared of. So
Oh, is that the real Carmen?
I'm not getting any DMs from anybody. Really, ask Cupcake about the incident when it's. Oh no, get out of here with
No,
that
that's
stupid
Joey.
shit.
That's Joey C.
Okay.
His
All right.
daughter. His
I gotta
daughter.
read them before I put up there, bro. I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
So, and we also, I guess it's appropriate that what the emperor was killed on Thursday.
What?
The emperor Thursday, he's dead. John, his show is dead.
We're still talking about Star Wars. I'm like the actor.
Oh
Or
well,
what?
no, I was trying to like use a Star Wars reference into what happened with John. So,
Yeah. He's.
so uh,
I never.
I
I
think
never
I'll be
covered
back.
him on my show. I never
What's that?
covered him on my show. I never did anything about. I didn't like him. When I would listen to Stern way back then. I just. Ugh.
It was an epic entertainment career faceplant. From being on the Tonight Show to being the person that he was on Thursday,
Right.
like talking about being how the mighty have fallen, but not that he was ever mighty, but still for someone who had a really promising career in the entertainment business to come down with having like someone like Wormtongue and that other dude sit there at
Worm tongue.
your downfall, scraping the bottom, drinking your face off to you, just stumbling idiot. That it's Normally, I might, if I didn't know more about what was going on in this universe, I would probably feel bad for John. But now that I got like a firsthand look to what he's been doing to
For
all these
sure.
people and all these years, and like the one, I was like, I couldn't understand. I know why I could hate him, but I couldn't understand why so many people hated him. And then the past like month and a half, 2 months, I really understand why people fucking hate him.
Yeah.
So.
That worm tongue for Ava is genius. That
Well,
was
I will say that I came up with that on
fucking
my own,
genius,
but
dude.
apparently I wasn't the
Genius.
first person to say that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, somebody said, yeah,
Oh,
I had no idea because I wasn't exactly involved all this time, but it was so obvious to me because I just saw her like whispering evil thoughts into John's ear, and I went, I've seen this before. It's the Lord of the Rings, you
right.
know.
Now, let's circle back to Star Wars here. What did you think
Y-
of the Han Solo movie?
I wasn't too crazy about it.
Ah,
Well, it took me like because it's really dark. Like when I say dark, not
the
like
cinematography,
but
yeah, for sure.
cinematography is really dark. So I had a hard time. Like I had to watch it a couple times to like it.
Yeah.
And I thought the
Other
guy played
than
a great Han Solo.
yeah,
But it,
other than the robot L3 or L7,
yeah,
I fucking loved. I loved the Han Solo movie.
yeah.
I loved every bit of it.
Fucking Lando's a freak.
Yeah, yeah, and I like that. Yeah, I see. I hated Rogue One, but I loved Solo, a Star Wars story.
I don't
Loved it.
hate Solo. I'm more of like what I hate was like sort of like the Force Awakens. Like there was so many like cheesy moments that like like I and as soon as like Han Solo hit that fucking that that sort of that runway with no railings on it, which I guess the
Yeah,
Empire just doesn't like railings. I was like, oh my god,
yeah, he's gonna. Yeah,
Harrison Ford's getting his wish. They're gonna kill fucking.
right.
They're gonna kill him. And sure enough, they did. And it was like a horrible fucking, death scene. But what made me almost cry is like Chewbacca. His like, he was like, not no. Like, that
Right.
kind of like got me a little choked up. So, and then now they got all these series. And now, if you don't know who Ahsoka is, you would know who Ahsoka is now because of like Rosario Dawson. And she's just 100% the perfect pick for that character. If you don't follow the Clone War movies, and the movie and then the series, Ahsoka Tano is Anakin's badass, like she's his badass apprentice, and they were so much alike, and she became such a powerful Jedi throughout the whole thing. To see her in like real action is just unbelievable. And Rosario Dawson, man, she hits it because the cartoon character Ahsoka got those big fucking full lips. And so does Rosario Dawson. Like,
Yeah, I will say that Rosario Dawson was a good pick for Ahsoka.
a hundred
You know,
percent.
I didn't watch the show. Wasn't obviously I wasn't a fan of the Clone Wars or Rebels, so I'm not too familiar with her character. But I mean, I know who she is. I can recognize her by sight. But yeah, that was a good pick. It was a good pick.
Yeah, well, just so you know, her character is possibly she beats the crap out of Anakin. Like at some point, when he comes back as Darth Vader in Rebels, you don't understand. Like she left, she got forced out of the Jedi Order and then got asked to come back because she was falsely accused, and Anakin was the only one that stuck by her. So when they brought her back, she was so disillusioned with the Jedi that she was offered to come back with like kind of like a half-assed apology, and she basically said "fuck you." And then that was the beginning of the end that broke Anakin because he was already had his doubts about the Jedi Order, and after Ahsoka left, that's what really kind of pissed him off because that was his daughter, that was his like
See,
fucking.
I've always had a problem with that. Like he wasn't seduced by the dark side. He wasn't. I.
No, he was
I'm too jaded by red letter media, I think, but I agree with them wholeheartedly. Like Anakin wasn't seduced; he was tricked into going for the dark side. Like
he was groomed. He wasn't seduced. He's been groomed his whole career by Palpatine.
well, yeah,
Palpatine
that's
knew
what I'm
exactly what
saying.
he was doing. Then he started getting in his head about saving Padme,
Yeah, that
and
was stupid.
yeah,
Even
I
Padme
know. How did she just die like that? I was like, this is the worst death ever.
was-
She died of
it was
grief. Get
it
the
was
fuck out of here. They should have
death
had
by
like
childbirth,
fucking the
man.
Emperor like force choking her from the Death Star or something.
I
Like
mean,
what the fuck?
I mean, she died of what women died of in like the Old West.
Yeah, I know.
In
And
like in like a super duper technology filled,
yeah,
traveling at light speed community.
yeah,
They couldn't save a woman from dying from childbirth.
yeah. Like it was the worst death ever. So I was trying. I guess it was too much, too last minute thing. But I was trying to get Jake Carnivale on here today because he's been on my show on the May the 4th before.
Oh, okay.
I guess he might be shooting. So he's actually the son of Bobby Cannavale, the actor who's in everything now, and Jake is actually in a lot of shit too. But Jake is one of my buddies from the bar in Hell's
That's cool.
Kitchen. Jake's one of us. Like Jake's crashed at my apartment for more than one occasion, just because he's awesome and he's crazy, and it was safe to stay at my apartment. That he was really more friendly with my roommate at the time. But Jake, we all became a little family, and Jake at some point disappeared from the bar for a while, and no one knew where he was. But that was Jake. And then all of a sudden, Jake came back, and we were all like, "Jake, what the fuck? Where you been?" And he's like, "Oh, I got this really cool part in this Disney anime. I just didn't mean what? Like, I got the Mandalorian shirt on. Like, I know everything about Mandalore, all about that whole Boba Fett and that whole culture and the planet and everything." I was like, "You got to be goddamn kidding me." He's like, "No." I said, "What did you play?" I go, "I really can't talk much about it, but I play a gunslinger. That's all I could say." Now, when you say gunslinger, to me, it's probably like, oh, he's in the background playing like in a gang. He's like, the gunslingers at the bars, whatever. Maybe he was like somebody that got shot at the bar or shot somebody at the bar.
Right.
But Jake couldn't tell anybody anything. So now when Jake's episode comes up, the episode's name is The Gunslinger.
Yeah.
And then the first shot is
Yeah, that was episode like 5 or 6.
Jake's feet up on the bar where Han shot Greedo. Like I was like, no fucking way! I was like, holy shit! It was and the whole episode is Jake and the Mandalorian go after God, I don't know everybody's name, but she plays the sniper, and she actually wanted to become in Boba Fett's #1 on Boba Fett, the Book of Boba Fett. But they go after her, and then at the end, after they capture her, Jake tries to steal Grogu, and then the Mandalorian kills him.
Yeah. I dug the first season and a half of The Mandalorian. Like the first season of The Mandalorian reminded me a lot of like Star Trek The Next Generation, just episodic. You didn't have to follow. Each episode was different. It didn't follow a main theme, and I thought that was cool. The first 3 episodes, it could have been like its own little movie. But then and then when I'll be honest, when they when what is it, Bo-Katan, when she, from the cartoon, like, oh god, here we go.
No, it's cool. And that's Katie. Oh, what's her name? Katie Scarlett. She's fucking so cute.
I did like the fact that she was the voice actor for the cartoon.
Yeah,
I was like, okay.
The
Like,
same thing with whatchamacallit, the general, with the blue face. I hate.
Admiral Thrawn.
Thrawn, yeah. Thrawn is the same voice, the same guy. I'm glad because that guy's voice is haunting.
Yeah, I just
Hunter,
remember
New York
Thrawn
is
from.
coming through. What's that? Hold on. I love this new setup. Look at how cool that is. Hope the trailer didn't get too many leaks from the winter snow this year. Upstate Grillo has the entire collection in that thing. It's true. I've been lucky enough. One of the greatest thrills of my life was meeting Mark Hamill because those. For us growing up in Brooklyn, like I remember like seeing the posters at the Seaview movie theater, and my mom was like, "Oh, Daddy's gonna take you to go see that." My dad's kind of a weird guy in the fact that he would take me to a lot of movies, but my dad, I don't know why he would do this. He'd like to watch the end of the movie from the previous show. We would come in not only early to the movie theater, but we would come into the movie theater at the end of the other showing. So my dad already knew the ending of the movie before it started. And I was forced to that. So the first time I walked through the theater, it was the medal scene where they got the medals. So like you already knew that they were already won, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I walked in and I was like, why are we doing this? I don't want to know that. And I'm like, what? It was 76, so I was like 4. Like I was like,
Yeah.
so, and I was like, and then we had to wait, for them to reset and everything else. And it was like another hour before the movie started. My dad would spoil. It was like complete spoiler alert. Like I was like, and he did that to other movies. It wasn't just Star Wars. Every time we went to the movies, we had to watch the end of the movie from the last showing before we watched the movie. And the crazy thing is, like, I didn't realize my dad's godfather. His name is Joe Maggio, and there's a story behind that. But he was a retired World War II veteran, and in his retirement, he was the old guy that took the tickets at the Canarsie movie theater.
Oh wow.
So, but we never paid for movies, so I didn't. I always thought movies were free.
This guy.
Yeah. So I was like, for years, I was like, just and he would be like, "Oh, hey, what's up, Joe?" And he was my dad's godfather. But it turns out, if you ever watched the movie from Here to Eternity,
Hmm.
Sinatra's character in that movie, which all takes place on Pearl Harbor, was Joe Maggio. My godfather was that actual guy that he was the bunkmate of the guy who wrote From Here to Eternity. So
Oh wow.
Sinatra's character was based on my dad's godfather.
Wow.
Yeah. And he was just a nice old man. But if you actually read From Here to Eternity, he talks about Maggio was the degenerate Italian from Brooklyn. Oh, he got he almost got kicked out. He was always in the brig because he got busted for gambling. He got busted for girls, and that was the guy who wrote From Here to Eternity is the general conception of my dad's godfather.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So going back to the Star Wars, Mark has so in Brooklyn it was everything. That was everything. My friends on my block, between the figures and everything like
Uh
that,
huh.
who collecting this. I remember getting my first figures. I got R2D2 and Chewbacca in my Easter basket, and it was kind of crazy because it was that was my mom. That's when my parents told me that my mom was pregnant with my sister.
Yeah, I
So I was so
remember.
excited to get this. And my mom said, "There's another present that we can't tell you about. Mommy's gonna have a baby, but you can't tell anybody." I was 6 years old. I want to tell everybody. I'm gonna be a big
Right.
brother. She goes, "If you tell anybody, we'll take those Star Wars toys away from you." And I was like,
Oh my God.
"Yeah."
Yeah, I was about 5 or 6 when I got my haul of Star Wars toys. I got the X-wing fighter. I got the Millennium Falcon. I got a bunch of figures. Remember the Death Star that had the 3 levels?
Yeah, it was so
I had
booty, but we play with it all day anyway.
Yeah, I had that. Yeah,
It
that
had an
was.
elevator.
And then I got into GI Joes and started using my GI Joe guys in the Star Wars vehicles.
Oh yeah, absolutely. They're the same size. Yeah, I'm from Brooklyn, so like my mom had to write if to this day if you're ever collecting an old Star Wars figure, and if you go to the feet and if it says SG on the feet, it's mine. Because everything that my mom had to initial because it's from Brooklyn. Everybody stole everybody's shit. So everything that I had, every Star Wars toy had SG on the feet.
like eh, like uh like Woody from Toy Story has Andy
Yeah.
on his foot.
Yes. Yeah. When I saw that, I was like, I know all about that. Because my mom had a permanent marker. You couldn't get it off. And she put little markings in everything. And she hated guns. My mom's a bad, like, I wasn't allowed to have a toy gun. I wasn't allowed to have a toy
I wasn't
sword.
either growing up.
Yeah. So every time I got a figure, within, I would say, a half an hour to 45 minutes, I lost the gun. Where'd it go? My mother goes, I don't know.
Ah,
You better find it. And meanwhile, she took the gun.
for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. So growing up, it was like the world, and I'd heard that Mark Hamill was a big Stern fan, and it was right around the time Private Parts came out. In fact, I think it was the first show that Mark and his family came up. His wife Mary Lou and his son Griffin and Nathan and his daughter, oh my God, Chelsea. They all came up, and Chelsea had to be like 3 or 4 years old.
Oh wow.
And the boys were in their what? Griffin had to be like 9 or 10, and Nathan was like 11 or 12. And I still have it. It's really beat up from years of moving, but it's the trilogy box set in VHS, and it's the original before they decided to rape it and
The one that's
change
got
everything.
the Stormtrooper, Darth
Yeah,
Vader, and
it's coming.
Yoda.
It opens up. It's like a box set and all the boxes, and it's got all these different cool things all over the place.
Yeah.
And I had Star Wars comic #1
If
that I
it's
got. It
if that's
wasn't
got
the
the
one that there's a 30 cents and a 35 cents. If you have the 35 cents, that's the one that's worth like $12,000. I had the 35 cents,
oh
but it
wow,
was in mint condition. So I never ever asked all those years that I've been working there. I never asked to get an autograph from any guest that ever came up. I can care less. But
that's that's
I went
that's
to
admirable. Like that's good. You know
yeah.
that's.
But I went
And then
to
there's your boy John. Oh, you got me stock.
oh yeah. Yeah, he was definitely he should have been in the Wolf of Wall Street. Seriously. Because all those guys that he was getting the stock that's where he was getting the stock tips from, those guys.
Oh yeah. No,
And
they were his friends for years. What are you talking about?
yeah, oh yeah, yeah, right. He actually lived with one of them.
Yeah,
I,
he
I
did.
want to
You
see
know,
what this
come
guy
on.
say. White
This is his
Knight
neighbor
Cutlass.
growing up. Come on.
Crazy. I wasn't allowed to have any play guns either. My dad was a Vietnam vet, and I wasn't. He freaked out about guns till he was about in his 70s when he brought a real gun during COVID. Oh, geez, that's a little dark. But yeah, no, no guns, no knives, no swords, and so now Mark's coming up, and Gary knows I'm a Star Wars geek, and he goes, Steve, I heard he's a fan. He goes, look, let me feel the situation out. I was like, I was cool. I was like, Gary, if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. At least I get to meet him. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So we go, and the whole family's excited to be there, and he's upbeat and shit. And I believe it was the first E-show. The first E-show, I think it was when the Rangers won the Stanley Cup. And Mark Hamill, like if you watch the very first E-show, I'm pretty sure that's it. It was really raw, dirty. They didn't know what was going on yet. They were still figuring out camera angles and lighting and shit. So Mark comes on, and that's when the Knicks were in the playoffs, and Gary had a bet with Howard, because Gary's back in the Knicks, that they were going to win. And the winner had to fart in the loser's face. So that's the morning.
That.
So that morning,
remember that. And it was also $500, something to do with $500, right?
Yeah. And that morning, I believe it or not, I still have the list, Joe, of all the things I had to go buy. Howard goes, grill in here. Yeah, you're gonna get me the most gassiest foods that get me going.
Yeah,
so,
like $500 worth of broccoli.
Broccoli. I still have the list. Believe it or not, I found it.
That.
I found it, and it was the list. So I had to go to the store, and then the Hamills came up, and they were so nice. And of course, Mark signed everything for me. And Mark had a private parts book that he left in the studio by accident. And of course, I could have went in and got it. But I said, we're going to have to wait for him to take another break. Could I give you and your family a tour of the radio station? Just so I had and they were like, could you? And, dude, if you go to a radio station, it's the most boring goddamn thing ever.
Yeah.
It's like you got the traffic department is basically just miserable. Then you got the sales department and the mail department. Then you got the promotions department. There's nothing really fun to see at a radio station, but I gave them this grand tour of this, shitty radio. K-Rock was pretty shitty at the time, It was held together with bubblegum and shoestring, and they were raking in that money for Howard. And Mel Karmazin was wisely taking that money and investing in other radio stations. But, so they need to say the least. So now we're waiting outside the studio for Howard to go to break. And I had full range to go in the studio anytime I wanted, but it was cool.
Yeah.
And then finally, I literally remember almost blacking out. Mark turns to me and goes, after you've been so nice after all this, I didn't get your name. And I go, oh, hi, I'm Steve Grillo. And he goes, oh, you're Gorilla.
Wow.
And I was just like, holy shit.
He knew who I was.
Luke Skywalker knows who the fuck I am. It was
That's pretty cool.
And after that, he was so nice, and he was like, and then he did the Rotten Eve pay-per-view special, and I remember being in the lobby of the hotel, and because he was a judge.
Okay.
And he was there with Mary Lou, and he was like, hey, Grillo, get over here. Help us with our bags. I was like, yes, sir. You don't need a Jedi mind trick on me, sir.
Right.
And I just remember going up to the hotel room with him and his wife, and I guess back in the day, because Mary Lou was good looking. I'm pretty sure she did Playboy because he showed me naked pictures of her.
Well, there you go. Wow.
And then after that weekend, we just completely bonded, and they gave me their number and said, if you're ever out in L.A., please give us a call. So I did. And
wow.
they had Nathan was driving at the time. Nathan came down to pick me up right by the Santa Monica Pier, and we had to make a stop because we went to a toy store where I guess their whole attic is full of Star Wars toys. He goes, I never sell anything with my dad's face, but I have to go make some money. So we went to a toy store, and he fucking traded it out for something, and we got some fucking weed, and then we went back
I
to the
never
house.
sell anything with my dad's face.
Yeah, yeah. I shot. He goes, but there's so much shit in the fucking. I was like, yo, don't worry about it, bro. And we went back, and I had dinner with the family, and we chilled. Mark's got like this, his room. It's like sort of like there's like it's almost like the Star Trek seats kind of. He has like it looks like more like the Star Trek thing, you know. He's like and
Really?
he's got all these memories. I feel bad because the house didn't make the fucking fires. Like the house burned down.
Oh, did it?
Yeah. In fact, when I was out there, he was showing me like this is going probably back to like 96, 97. The wildfires. They had wildfires, and it went around his house completely. Like everything was burnt on either side except the house. And I looked at him. He goes, "Yeah, I used the force."
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
gonna.
yeah.
Yeah,
Like, you could, like, how do you not think that? You know.
of course. I was thinking it right now.
But the house, it's really cool. You go inside, and they got pictures of like Mark in an X-wing outfit, and Mary Lou's pregnant, and he pulled off one of the like the you know the tubes and put it there,
Yeah.
like listening. And there's pictures with like Nathan and Yoda. They were both the same size. Bless you.
Excuse me. Thank you.
And it was just so surreal to be. And then every time I went to LA, I went out. I got invited to the house, and
That's
I brought
awesome.
I brought my ex-girlfriend one time, and we were supposed to watch The Simpsons, where he invited me to come over and watch The Simpsons, and it was actually the one where if you ever see, it's Ralph's Good Day, where Ralph was in the museum or whatever,
Uh-huh.
and all of a sudden it was like crushing the crown, it was like shooting the sperm and the egg. I don't know, and it looked like the turret from the Millennium Falcon. And I just remember Mark just leans over and goes, "Gee, I guess where did they get that from?" And I was like, "Oh my god!" So on the way,
Oh my god, dude.
yeah, he was like, "Oh, where did they get that from?" So on the way there, I'm OG. I was brought up the right way. You don't show up someone's house without anything. Well, regardless of what it is, you
Right,
someone
for
invites
sure,
you to
for
the
sure.
house, you show up at something.
For
So
sure.
we couldn't find anything. So right before we got on the highway to go up the Pacific Coast, there was a Randy's Donuts, and I was like, I don't care. We're bringing donuts. I'm not showing up to somebody's house empty-handed. I don't give a fuck.
That's
who
the
it
one
is.
with the big donut
Yeah.
on top. Okay.
So she was like, "Donuts? That's so white trash. You're such an embarrassment." It's like the whole ride to the house, she was just beating me up and down about how pathetic and what a low-class person I am, and I don't give a shit. And then we get to the door, and I have the box of donuts, and Mark opens the door and goes, "Hey, Steve. Oh, wow. Hey, everybody. Steve brought donuts." And everybody's like, "Yay, donuts." And I was like,
You can't go wrong with donuts.
"What? Okay." So, yeah, I brought Drunken Donuts.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
You can't.
So, yeah, and so that started a very cool relationship with the family. And I write about this in my book. One of my favorite moments of my life it was. Wait, hold on. If you want to read further about the book, you can go
There you
and
go.
order the book. So anyway, I go that they
Little kid with that, dude.
Yeah, I'm gonna be fucking breaking this thing.
Totally.
Mark, because Mark was also very, very accomplished theater actor. So we
Yeah.
did a lot of Broadway plays during the 80s and stuff in between movies and shit. And they had this really big apartment on Central Park West, like overlooking Central Park, where it was just the apartment was just ridiculous. It was like fucking 4 bedrooms, 5 bedrooms, maids' quarters. And they never used it, so they sold it. It was their last Christmas at their apartment in New York. And they asked me, would I like to come over and join them for Christmas? And I said, oh, yeah, hell, yeah, I'll be there. And it was, I remember it was like 2 degrees. It was like 2 degrees that night. I had on this thin leather coat. I had about an eighth of weed on me. And by the time I got there, it was, they had opened up their presents and they were all, I didn't want to get there. I wanted to let them have their moment. But I came
Sure.
over like after dinner, like for like dessert or whatever. And we had the best time playing with, it was so much fun. So all of a sudden it was like 1 o'clock in the morning. I was like, shit, let me get out of here. They were like, yeah, we're going to bed. I was like, but thank you so much. Now, they sort of like, I could draw it out. Like they had their apartment complex went all around the block. Okay, so you figure that's the block, right?
Okay.
Now their backyard is here, and it's all sealed up. The whole entire backyard is sealed. So behind the building,
All right.
so one building after another, there's all these fences, but there's no way out, in or out of the backyard, unless you leave in a building or you have a key to get out of one of the guard with gates. So I don't know that. So when I was leaving, his son Nathan goes, "Dude, the door, don't take the elevator, just go down the stairs. The door's right there." And I go, "All right, cool, man, thanks." So I go out that door. It's an emergency door. I don't know. So I set off a silent alarm. And when the door shut behind me, there was no handle to get back in. So it's like 1:30 in the morning now. I'm pounding on the door. I'm freezing. I got an eighth of weed in my pocket. And so all of a sudden, I'm like, well, if I can't get out here, I hopped all the fences because I'm from Brooklyn, and hopping fences is what we did. You know, we can climb a fence like a monkey. So I hopped all the fences all the way down to the other end of the block and figured out that there's no way out. I was like, they're gonna find me like Jack Nicholson at the end of fucking Shining, like So I was like, all right, I'm just gonna hop back. I'm just gonna pound on the door until someone answers, or I'm gonna freeze to death. So I get back, and I went to pound on the door, and two cops come out with their guns.
Oh wow.
Get up against the wall. I was like, motherfucker. So now it's like maybe 2:15. And they go, and the security guard's going, "Where's the other guy? Where's the other guy?" And I go, "What are you talking about? There's had to be two of you jumping the fences. Where's the other guy?" I said, "It was just me, dude." So I go. Now they didn't cuff me, but they both had they had my hands strapped
sure.
up. And I was like, "Don't search me! Don't search me! Don't search me!" I was like, "Look, I was in the Hamill's apartment 5E. I was like, the son sent me out the wrong door. I'm so sorry." So now you picture they're in their pajamas. They're already drifting off. It's been like 45 minutes.
Right.
So they had to go up there. Oh wait, I can
Is
do
it-
that from here. Hold on.
Is this the last? Is this the story of the last time you hung out with Mark?
No,
Hamill?
not at all. Not at all. So I go, and they're all sleepy eyed. You know, they're all like, "What's going on, Grillo? What happened?" I was like, I like my hands behind my back. I go, "Nathan sent me out the wrong door." And they went and looked at Nathan, his head sticking out the doorway, and he stuck his head back in. Like, oh shit. But the most endearing thing that ever happened was that I'm waiting for a taxi on Central Park West, and the whole family came and like lifted the window. The whole family was in the window, and they all go, "Merry Christmas, Grillo."
Right.
Like, how does that happen to me? No, I was still friends with them. You know, listen, if I saw Mark right now, he'd give me a big fucking hug, and his kids too.
That's
became
awesome.
really close with Griffin and Nathan. Griffin has actually been at my place upstate New York. Hunter,
wow.
I'm sure yeah. No, I'm really, really close with them. They know my sister and everything, and you know, it's so amazing. You know, like the last time I saw Mark was when right before the Force Awakens. No, it was before the Force Awakens. We went to go see Jurassic World,
Okay.
and we got out of Jurassic World, and he grabs me by the shoulders and he shakes me and goes, "Grillo, there's so much I want to tell you, but I can't." And I was like, "I don't want to know." I was like, "I don't want to know."
Really cool. Man.
Yeah. So I've been really lucky for that, you know. And then still like I went to the Star Wars Celebration. Why is this ain't happening right now? So the Star Wars Celebration, I got to go hang out with him. I watched him and Carrie Fisher take pictures, and I got to hang out with the Emperor a little bit. And it was just like,
Oh wow.
yeah, I met Kenny Baker and Peter Mayhew and Jeremy Bullock, who played Boba Fett, and the other kid who played young Boba Fett. It's just, I'm just so blessed with all my Star Wars experiences,
Dude.
considering that I'm just a geeked out fan, you know.
Right. And then there's Stuttering John who says he knows Mark Hamill, but Mark Hamill won't even acknowledge a tweet that John tagged him in. Oh, he's such a loser.
I know. Yeah, no. Mark Hamill knows who he is.
A loser, dude.
Okay, hold on. Wait. Drunken Donuts. Chapter 8, the Hamill family drove by me and wished me a happy Christmas while their limousine splashed me with a puddle. Yeah, okay. Yeah, no, that's not how it went down. But so, but it was. I would like talking about Star Wars, and it's May the 4th. Why the fuck would we not? Correct?
Yeah, I think I may actually. I think I may actually watch some Star Wars movies.
You may. Well, I do yourself a favor. If you're home and you're still recovering, go. Do you have Disney?
Yeah.
Watch the new Darth Maul series. It is. Forget about the storyline. Is just amazing. The animation is unheard
All
of.
right.
It is just so nasty and so badass that I would highly recommend you watch it because
All
it
right.
is spectacular. And you don't really need to know too much of the backstory. Obviously, that other than Darth Maul survived by using the dark side. He reconstructed. It's a really they tell us the story in the Clone Wars about how he was he basically at first evolved it like he was like a big spider. He was in a junkyard and he basically put together all these legs and then he was found by his brother. That was all the it's just there's so much
Yeah.
the
See
Night
that was
Sisters and it's such a but now eventually. He was saved by his mother, who was one of the witches that is now probably like a basic big plot line now from their planet called Dathomir. And the night witches were just like badass force users. And that's how they transformed Darth Maul and his brother into the animals that they were. So he wound up going back, and she transformed him back with real like awesome metal legs.
all
So
right.
yeah, there's a whole plot line. It's so intricate and so like it's like one plot line could go 4 episodes in a season, and there'll be 6 other plot lines. It's really layered well and it's very well done.
All right. I'll give it a shot.
Yeah,
I'll
no,
watch the first
just
two
watch Darth.
episodes.
If you watch Darth Maul the first episode, you're gonna forget what they. You're gonna be so taken back by the animation. You're gonna forget with the storyline. You're gonna have to go back and watch the storyline.
I do like a good cartoon. I do like animations.
Just real quick, anybody out there? I'm not like John looking for a GoFundMe, but I always take your questions out here, and anybody that super tips is much appreciated. But if you don't mind just super tipping me, so I could make sure that works, I'd appreciate it. I'll send you the $3 in nickels wherever you want. But I just want to make sure it's working and it's up and running. But if you don't mind, if not, it's no big deal. I'm sure it's going to be going crazy with Jennifer Flowers because damn straight I ain't going to let anybody ask any questions unless you super tip me. That's for sure. I never met Jeffrey Epstein. I didn't know about Jeffrey Epstein until everything blew up. But you know what? The way I rolled in New York, and at that time, I'm guarantee you that I've been at parties where he's been at. So, but I didn't know of him. I didn't know anything about him. The only person I do know that, but he wasn't a child guy, is Sir Ivan. He is a billionaire, and he was eccentric. Like his parents were Holocaust survivors, and they started a bank after the war, and it became one of the biggest global banks going around. And Sir Ivan, as he calls himself, owns a castle in the Hamptons. And when I say castle, it looks like a castle. And he would do all these. He was like a techno guy. He had all these techno songs. He would sing. He was called Peace Man. He had a cape and he would do all these crazy things. But what he was really known for was his extravagant sex parties in the Hamptons. And but there was never any trafficking of minors or anything. It was just adults just fucking all over a castle. But and I was married and I went to one of the parties and I didn't do anything. Because I
Get
just don't
out of
like anybody else's penis other than mine in the room. But
here.
I didn't want to cheat on my wife, so I didn't do anything. But there was a woman there that I was like I was like I gotta go.
That's fucked.
But yeah, no, the castle. It's yeah. If you look up Sir Ivan Castle Hamptons, you'll find it out. But that's the closest. Maybe Jeffrey was friends with him. I wouldn't doubt it because I don't know. I knew Sir Ivan for this regular adult sex parties, but they were both billionaires. I'm sure they must have rolled in the same
Oh yeah,
circle.
they were. Yeah, they're in the same circles, of course. They're fucking
No
Billionaires.
Drunken Donuts. I'm not gonna get too involved in that because it's that's her privacy, and I gotta respect that. So, but no, we're still best friends. I still talk to her almost every day. But just leave it at that. I gotta respect her in the sense that she doesn't want her bullshit out here. Go read the book. You can find out. Oh, you're gonna make me do it. You're gonna make
Yeah.
me do it, Cupcake. Oh, that's what you get for asking questions in the book. Don't make me hit the
That's
button.
what you have to do every time someone.
Yeah,
Oh, you know
yeah,
what? You can find the answer right here.
yeah. Gorilla parts. I'm gonna have so much fun with this. But yeah, so now I guess let me see if I'm gonna pull up a quick video. Wait, hold on a second. If I pull up the video, just give me 1 second. Hold on, we're
Yep.
gonna. Okay, we're back. Now I have the double. Now if I click on the double, right, I can play a video. But see, he's offline a double video. So Cupcake, you're not there, but can you hear me? Okay, all right. So this is so okay, yeah, he's supposed to be offline. You're supposed to be in there. Let's see what happens if we go to triple.
There we go.
But you're there. But yeah, there's he's still offline. So now I have to go to here to play the video. Well, usually, oh no, wait, yeah, I gotta go to here. And I'm just I'm playing around with this now. So rest screen, Grillo. Oh yeah, it's or is it down here? But I'm not supposed to go down here. Oh well. Oh wait, I can play it from here. Okay. So like right click it? Nope. So damn it. Why can't I go? Do I go here? Replace editor. Replace no. Remove from scene. We go in the quad scene. Quad video is not there. Okay, we still got to work kinks out. Double video. You don't come up. Let me see if I got to go here. Replace editor. Edit name. Copy. Paste. Paste. No. Anyway. Yeah. Back to the drawing board.
There you go.
Okay. So yeah, I don't get it. Double video. I'm gonna hit play down here. Yeah. Okay. That was during COVID. Every night, I had a really dope ass apartment that had a roof deck. You know, shared roof deck for the whole roof that overlooked Times
Yeah,
Square,
yeah.
basically. And at 7 o'clock, everybody would go on the roof and bang pots and pans and scream and yell. And for the fight, it was like a thank you to the first responders, the
Ah,
police,
okay,
the
okay.
firemen, everybody that were essential workers. I was an essential worker at the time, so I was out every day. And so basically, and every night, I'm talking about for almost a year at 7 o'clock, everybody went on the roof and was like clamoring pots and pans and screaming and yelling, and it became so that people started getting mad because I would do it on the air. I would go live on the air and I would do it just on my phone. And then one night I was late and people were like, Steve, it's 7:05 and you're not on the roof. And I was like, I ran up, broke my toe on the running up to the roof, and then I had names for everybody. There was like towel guy, pots and pans guy, and this and that. And it turns out the pots and pans guy was a friend of mine. I didn't know it was him because no one saw each other because we weren't at the bar.
Ah,
And I was like, wait, this is the same angle that the pots and pan guy. He goes, Steve, I'm pots and pans guy. I was like, oh shit.
that's cool.
Yeah, no, delivering alcohol was essential. The pizzeria was closed. I was a beer and liquor salesman on top of making money from my podcast, and it was great because the beer and liquor sales were fucking. I had health insurance.
Oh, there you go.
Speaking of that, so what do you think? What's the consensus on the like beer can Jerry and other? What are they gonna do now? Are they gonna just hop on other shows? Or, I think Jerry would be probably just would be better off just dipping out completely.
Yeah, I don't think I'm not sure if Beer Can Jerry did shows, but Ava will hop on wherever. And Dan from Nice Podcast Stupid, he's got his own show. So
Yeah, was that $2 Dan guy?
yeah.
What a kind! Why would you want to surround yourself with people like that, especially if this is your big out?
Yeah, I don't know. I got nothing bad to say about Dan. I was in Boston, and he where I was at, I was doing a little live stream from the Make Way for Ducklings statue. It was a storybook for my childhood. I wanted to take a picture for my mom. So he hopped in my chat room and told me that the Cheers bar was like a block from where I was at. So I got, I got nothing bad to say about
I don't know him.
Dan.
I got nothing bad to say about him either, but I just know that he stirs a lot of, he's a sauce stirrer. He stirs a lot of pots, and I just noticed from comments and stuff about people like just, I don't know, can't stand him. He bounces back and forth.
Yeah. He trolled Karmic pretty badly too, which was
Oh well,
funny.
hooray
at
for then
times.
I love him.
Right.
I don't care. I did not. I just want to reiterate. I did not do anything to strike anybody's channel. I think everybody has the right to say whatever they want, and he hasn't done anything other than threaten to blow up my trailer.
Right.
That's not bad. So, but I don't even believe that he really said that because that's pretty. You can get in trouble for saying shit like that, and I think
Yeah.
it's like again people trying to like pit me against him. So, Farmer 81 Grillo. What's the best pizza place in the tri-state area? In Brooklyn, I would have to say DeFara's, and then a good second is Scars is really good down off of Canal and down on the Lower East Side. And there's Prince Street Pizza and then Joe's Pizza. That they're all up there. The Joe's Pizza on 6th Avenue down in the West Village, and Prince Street Pizza's on Prince Street, and those are just phenomenal right off the bat. But if you want to go to the Holy Ghost, the Holy fucking Crown Pizza place is DeFara's in Brooklyn. The pizza is just, I don't know what they do. I got to go when the original owner made it, and the guy just literally would just sit there and just make pies all day long, not talk to anybody. You go watch him, but he just sat there and he just made pie after
Just
pie after
made
pie.
pizzas.
And what's this, Grillo? That is arson in New York, a felony. Oh, well, if you threaten to blow up something, yeah, I would like to see him trying to get into the campground, and if he did, the people that surround me, people that are just not people that you want to fuck with. That's all. That's all I gotta say. Retired a lot of things. Retired enforcement and special forces and shit. These are my neighbors, so you want to come and try something? I don't think it's a good idea. So
Excuse me.
yeah. Oh, here comes some rumors. Drunken Donuts. It is true. I heard a rumor that he wanted to take out your trailer with a black market grenade launcher. Yeah, but that's a rumor. I didn't hear him say that. But and then he's saying nice things about me. But I didn't listen. I was told that 2 weeks ago. If I was going to strike him about anything, I would have done it then. But I don't do that. In
Yeah.
fact, I would have to call you, Cupcake,
And
and
I've
find
never
out how to do it.
I've never stricken anybody. I'll never.
I know,
strike
but I wouldn't
anybody
even know
out
where to
of there.
begin. And
Me either.
and people were insistent that I do it when John was playing my shit. I don't know who this guy was. He hit me up on X, and it seemed like he was looking out for me, and he wasn't. And people were like, dude, he's playing your shit, he's playing your whole show. Strike him now, strike him now. And I'm like, I'm doing something right now. Like I'm actually out doing shit with people, and I'm not gonna stop to go watch him bash me and then strike him and stuff like that.
Yeah, it just goes to show what a bag of shit he is. I mean,
Yeah,
he's just a bag of shit. Like
he go ahead.
no, I just like I said, ever since the first time I even heard about him on this, I was on the radio. Like, this guy's awful. This guy's horrible. Like, oh, he's just a bag of shit.
Yeah, you're right. He really he took glee with others people's pain.
Well,
Like
yeah,
he
because that's the only way
enjoyed
he
watching
could.
people suffer, which is really a sadistic goddamn trait in somebody's personality, if you ask me.
Yeah, and then he would get all butt hurt when someone would retaliate. Like, he's just a fucking jerk off.
Yeah, but I'm free of that, and I feel great. It's kind of funny because I had to warn some people. I had a conversation with my mom about the whole thing, and she goes, "You know what I remember, Steven? I remember you just must have just started working there." And I just said I was asking you about everybody there, and I asked, what about Stuttering John? And you turned to me with the most honest face you ever given me and said, "Mom, he's not a nice guy." And my mom remembered that.
Yeah.
Evening Tiff Wash, whatever that is, but thank you for saying hello.
Oh wow, it's one of my people.
Okay, cool. Listen again. I don't
She's
know.
a
See, if anybody did send me a super tip, it didn't go through. I'm not looking for. I'm just looking to just see if this works. Shut up, American Cupcake. You wouldn't even have a voice if it wasn't around. What does that mean? But
okay.
yeah, yeah. After all he's done for me, that's another thing. When I do
Yeah,
something
after all
nice, like
he's done for you.
yeah, he's done a lot for me. Look at me. I've done everything from me, but he was great at that. He would do stuff for you that was sort of like a minor thing. And then he would never let you live it down. I remember when we went to the DeBella divorce party. It was like I had just started there. And they had Howard had this big rivalry in Philadelphia, the zookeeper guy, and Howard said when I reach number one, I'm going to have a funeral for you, and then after that, your wife that you met on the dial a date on the listener line, she's going to divorce you, and I'm going to put her on dial a date. And sure enough, that's exactly what happened.
That's
So
fucked up.
when I went there, they invited me to go down to the divorce party, and I got to go. I never left the city really. I'd never been to Philadelphia. And all of a sudden, 2 months ago, I was wrestling at Hunter College, and then now I'm on a bus playing poker with Jessica Hahn and Howard Stern and Jackie the Joke Man. It was like crazy.
Yeah.
And that night we went out, and John bought me a shot. And in my head, you bought me a shot. I'm thinking I'm going to buy the next round, but I didn't say thank you. Like when he
Remember
wanted
that
me to
time
say
I bought
thank
you a
you.
shot?
Yeah. Yo, great. Well, someone buys you a drink, you don't fucking say thank you. I go, I'm in Philadelphia for the first time. I'm like, my head is like so far up my ass. I'm like, oh my God, what's going on? I was like, thank you. And in my head, I'm like, I got to get the next round. And he would torture me. Oh, you don't say thank you, you fucking ungrateful bastard. Like literally, Cupcake. I remember leaving because everybody was there, but John was relentless so bad that I went and walked around Philadelphia, and I sat on the steps of Independence Hall and sat there going, if these people that walked through this signed the Declaration of Independence had any idea about this guy, they wouldn't sign it. But he literally tortured me. Like that was the first time he really tortured me. And I never forgot it. Like, just all that. I wouldn't stop about. He was the original no buyback guy.
Right. I bet.
I wanted to see what these guys have to say. What's it say? Hunter number one. Grillo, you watch Carl WAPT trash you on his live stream. He hates Opie because he was treated lower than whale shit when he was an intern in Rochester. No, I didn't watch. I don't know anybody that trashed me. I don't watch that shit. And then Mr. Volfungo, Steve just doesn't get it. Grown men talking Star Wars is a huge boring turnoff. He weren't tearing a coin doing this. I won't be watching Steve if he's going to go full force again with John. If he isn't going to go full force against John, I just did. I just told you a bunch of horrible things that he did.
Right.
What the fuck is that? Just John is a kindest to nod. Didn't you go? Oh yeah, I just pulled this up. I sent it. I was talking to Gino last night. Gino might be coming out this way.
Gino
Did you go to a
Bisconti?
Yankees game with John and his mom and hugs and bought some stuff, and John wanted to pay back for it? No, no. I'll tell you the story because I sent it to Gino. I said I was looking for something and I came across the picture of me and John. I could pull it up. I found the picture of me and John at the Yankees game, and it reminded me that it was right the time where he was going down to Washington D.C., where he was going down. I don't know. He had a suit, but he asked me to stay over my apartment. So he says, I got his Yankee tickets, and so this is me and him at the Yankee game.
Huh.
And so, and it reminded me, like, I remember I washed my fucking sheets and I let him stay in my bed. I slept on my stupid little ass couch. And in the morning, he's like, oh, yeah, thanks. Oh, yeah, you can sell me the money for the Yankee tickets. It's $110.
And this is when he was going to Washington, D.C.
Yeah, but I
With
let him
with
stay
his
in my
brother's-
place. He
with his
had
brother's
no
suit?
place to stay. I let him stay in my fucking bed, bro. And then on the way out, it's like, oh, don't forget that 110 you owe me. So and then of course when I was there, I bought a bunch of shit because that's what you do. Someone invites you to a game, you buy them a couple of rounds. You know what I'm saying? And you buy some popcorn for their mom. So that's what happened. But yeah, and by the way, I'm gonna talk about whatever I want on my show, whether it be Star Wars or anything. I will not be dictated by anybody telling me what to say, unless you're paying me, and you ain't paying me. So the deal is I'm gonna have fun whatever day it is, and you can tune in or tune out. I'd rather you tune in and have some fun, or you could just not watch because I got a fucking list of guests this week that are gonna knock your socks off. It's just gonna get better throughout the week. If I get a couple people to call me back, it is gonna be even better. So here's another thing. What happened now? Grillo, people are saying you struck Karmic's channel on his third strike. He lost his channel. I think he's after you. I've been addressing that all day. I have no reason to strike anybody. That's enough said. Of course, people are going to fucking throw it, I don't know. Maybe he should, A, figure out who his real enemies are, and B, really reflect on why he might have gotten stricken. Maybe he should stop blaming other people and look inwardly.
It may have just been an automatic YouTube thing. You know, that's happened.
And who am I to deny someone to make a couple of bucks?
Yeah.
So
I think it's funny though.
yeah, no,
Like,
I don't know if they think they're getting underneath my skin, but I don't really care. I'm sorry that he can't do his show. I'm sorry that it's going to take a while for him to get his shit back. From what I
No, he's on
understand.
Rumble. He's on Rumble now.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry that any of that should happen, but it wasn't me. What's that song? It wasn't me.
Yeah,
Uh,
wasn't me.
Picture this: we're both buck naked, banging on the bathroom floor. How can I? Yeah, that Hunter. By the way, I knew you. I was hoping you'd bring that up. It is spring turkey season. First day is always the best. I will be getting some turkey time in while I go upstate. That's for damn sure. Turkey hunting is one of my favorite things to do all year round. You only get a month, and it is the most fun. You go for a deer, you just sit there and you just hopefully wait they come your way. But when you go in and you hunt turkey, you call them and they come in. So it's
Really?
it's kind of exhilarating. You know, you're just not you know it's coming. That's what's fucking your heart's pounding. It's why you gotta be able to control your heart rate, squeeze the trigger, and not fuck up. And my first turkey, I didn't. I actually ran through it in my head for so many years that when I did it, I was like, safety off, unload the chamber, put the gun down, and the thing was still alive. And I don't know where this came from, but I jumped on it and I grabbed its feet and I stepped on its head and I was trying to break its neck.
Oh my God.
And it was beating the crap out of me with his fucking wings. And the ground was wet, so I couldn't get the snap. And it was just pounding me to death. And my boy
my
came
God.
running out of the woods, and I looked, and I went, "Yo, Sally, help!" And he came running over, and he fucking tackled me, and he just grabbed its neck and went crack. And that was the first turkey I ever got. It was more exciting than jumping out of a plane at 13,000 feet. I could tell you that.
So you shot it, and then it started attacking you like mother.
It almost, It rolled. No, it did that. It rolled, and I ran up to it with the gun, and it looked at me, and it went, "Bok, bok, bok." And I said, "Oh no!" I grabbed its legs because it was
Motherfucker, did you
still,
just shoot me?
yeah. Dude, thank God I grabbed its legs because they have fucking talons on their feet that are like,
Right.
this one was like 2 inches wide, and there's like sharp as they're sharp. They can cut paper. These things, you know what I'm saying? That's how they defend themselves, and they will fuck you up. So I knew to grab the legs, and it had 2.5 inch spur on it. Like that's like, it was like
Holy
this big.
fuck.
Yeah, and a 9.5 inch beard. It was like the boss. It was like it was the biggest one basically before they die. That's as big as they get. A
So
9.5 inch beard is like this fucking long, and 2.5 inch spurs like that. So I the first one I ever got, I took down the king of
so
the
when you were
forest.
eating it, were you like, yeah, motherfucker?
Yeah. Oh, I did. I guess I must have been a butcher in another life because I hung it by its neck, and I realized that behind although because they have beautiful feathers, I'm sure you've seen them up close.
Sure.
Their back feathers are like iridescent. So I cut down around the feathers and then the tail, and I peeled that off, and I had that as a trophy for years.
Oh
I
wow.
salted it, and so I just had the back feathers and the fan, and then the front feathers are garbage, and then I just had the two breasts. I cut the two breasts out. And I took the two breasts, gave the legs to my friend, and I just had a carcass there, and it was all done. So that happened on Mother's Day, probably 2001 maybe. So, but anyway, that's about it. So Wednesday, everybody, Jennifer Flowers is going to be on my show at 3:30 my time, 6:30 your time, somewhere else. Tomorrow, I'm not sure who I have yet, but there's a lot of people that have busy schedules that I'm working around. So I met another stuttering John hater yesterday.
Really?
Yeah, but he won't come on. He's a comedian. His name is Ant, A-N-T. It's
Okay.
obviously short for Anthony, but he's been on Jay Leno like 12 or 15 times.
Oh,
And
during the John years?
yeah. Well, John was there. Yeah, he hates his guts. In fact, I think John wrote bad about him in his book. The
Really?
guy's a big deal. I think he might have been on Celebrity Get Me Out of Here or something with him, or he had a lot of competition with this guy because I guess I don't know he was writing for Leno or something like that. I went to go see the Michael Jackson movie with him yesterday, and Wendy, the Snapple lady, and her
Okay.
husband. So we got a little bit talking, but he hates John's guts. I don't think he's ready to come on. He's not ready to come on until he doesn't want to come on. Like, well, I think he's retired from everything and doesn't want to get back. But he was definitely like, I didn't get the full John story, but he goes that cocksucker badmouthed me in his book, and it's a lie.
That would be
So
the guy. That would be the guy to get on. That would be that would be the guy to get on as a guest.
yeah, no, I just met him yesterday. In fact, I owe him a phone call. In fact, let me write that down. My ADD is so bad that I think I got to call somebody, and all of a sudden I'm like, "Ooh, a bird."
Yeah, right.
Yeah, you see some of those videos. It's so funny. There'll be like a woman sitting there, go, "Oh my God, honey, look! Did you see this video?" And then it cuts to the guy like laying on the bottom of the stairs. Like, he goes, "Oh, that's right, 911."
Right.
That's totally me. Man, the Drunken Donuts. What's this guy's problem? He's nice and then he's mean. He's nice and he's mean.
It's fine.
So
It's all
yeah,
good.
yeah. So we got to fix the
It's like
double
water off a
video.
duck's back. I'm easy.
The double video that doesn't come up, and then when I go to play the video, I got to highlight myself, and I should be able to play. I don't know if I play it from down here. You could hear it. I don't know. Oh well. I'm still learning. This is the first time with the new system. And now I got something to work on when I'm done. There's a cool thing going on tonight. Every other Monday, there's a place down there. It's called, oh God, they have a thing called it's Monday's Dark, and it's a charity event. And every other Monday, they donate like $10,000 to a local charity, and they have like
Oh wow.
the guy is the announcer for the Knights, the hockey team.
Oh okay. Okay.
I guess yeah, and he owns the club, and they do this wonderful event tonight in Vegas. If you're not doing anything, it's called Monday's Dark, and I think the place is called the Space. That's the name of it. It's the Space, and they have like a silent auction, and they usually, basically, they have a giant talent pool in Vegas. They usually get people that do all the shows and stuff like that. They get some really professional musicians to come down, and they raise about $10,000 for local charities. It's pretty damn good. Tonight they're doing the Sounds of Star Wars, so I will be there. Everybody want to come down to Monday's Dark if you're in the Vegas area. It's an awesome event, and I've been going down there for, I don't know, probably since I got out here, and I really enjoy it. There's nothing short of talent. For $20 to get in, you're getting more than your money's worth, and the money's going to
cool.
a good cause. So
That's cool.
yeah. But other than that,
Sounds like
homie,
a good show.
you need to go and take a nappy.
No, I mean I'm good. I mean if you want to cut it, I mean I'm good. If you want to put a bow
Yeah,
on this?
no,
I
I
could
see. Now I'm
go
kind of
get
worried
something to eat.
because not that anybody wouldn't try to do it. I'm worried about that if someone didn't. I'm on a different computer, but I'm definitely on my super tips. But I just wondered if anybody fucking did it or not. But I don't care. But all right, buddy. I want to wrap it up. Do you have
Yeah.
anything to plug, man? What's going on? Where can everybody find
Uh,
you?
Just my channel at American Cupcake. It's called Cupcake Corner. Do a show every Sunday. Gonna probably do some shows during the week, but
What
yeah,
happened to Belly Brothers?
that's the Sunday show, Belly Bros.
Okay,
That's
okay.
my Sunday show. Basically, go over funny stuff I find during the week, and then we do make fun of Joey C. So that's about it.
Yeah, I haven't heard from him, so I don't know what's going on. But thanks for coming on, pal.
No, thanks for having me on, brother.
All
May
right.
the 4th be with you.
May the 4th be with you.
Later,
All
dude.
right, see ya. All right, Solo video with Solo. Han Solo, that's me. I am Solo. Thank you very much for tuning in, everybody. I'll take a look at the comments real quick. There were dark times, but look what we're dealing with. No, I'm not going to get involved in anything anymore with the whole thing. But thanks everybody for tuning in. I want to say thank you again. As of right now, this is a lock. Jennifer Flowers, former, I guess mistress to Bill Clinton, but she's so much more than that. I want to say thank you, and I'm going to. Oh wait, I think that's what I had to do, motherfucker. Hold on. Why didn't it come up? So Cupcake's there, double video. That's double video. And then where did that go? Where did that go? Parts, break. Huh. It didn't come up. Solo video. And then media share. Double video. There's no media share. Okay. Solo video. This is the video I wanted to play. Because now it says... Gorilla. I just fucked everything up. Double solo video. Okay. Media share. And then if I highlight it, now I can play the video.
Just be here because I'm already on Facebook.
Well, this
so
this
if you're
video
expecting-
is
it's
kind
good.
of really cool to me. This is when we were doing the show back at COVID at home in my apartment. And I'm a big old school hip hop fan. And I have been blessed to know one of my favorite hip hop bands is Third Base, MC Search. And he's also a big Stern fan. So that was a big deal. And over the years, I've sort of been able to be friends with DMC. He wrote a nice comment in the back of my book. And Third Base used to open for Run DMC when they first started. Third Base was from Far Rock, which wasn't too far from where I grew up, sort of on the other side of Rockaway, by the water. So I was able to surprise MC Search with a cool surprise guest. Check
It's
this
gonna be
out.
live on Facebook and Grillo's Aftershock XL. I want to give a big shout out right now to my producer Noah, who has gone above and
Hold on.
well, and one of the
All right, here's the moment. I fucking got hip hop, two hip hop legends together.
Or whether it's certain things in pop culture, because I'm kind of sometimes in a box. You know what I'm saying? So, the thing and the people that I know that are obvious fans, right? Like, the Questloves of the world, the Chris Rocks of the world. Like, I expect them to be fans. You know what I'm saying? But like Adam Sandler, I expect him to be a fan. Like Kevin James, I expect him to be a fan. But like when I find out, like, you know, Danielle from like, you know, whatever blah 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 show, which is, you know, one of the most whitest shows in the world. She's like a huge Wu-Tang fan. Like, it, you know, I'm like, oh God, I gotta interview that person because it's super interesting.
Yeah, no, it's cool. Just give me 1 second. Hold on, I gotta like check this out. Okay, hold on.
Essex, England, what up, man? Essex, yo, cheers. Yo, man, grab a Guinness for me, please, man. I don't drink and don't smoke anymore, so grab a Guinness, brother. Shout out to Essex, England. Damn, it's like 11:30 in Essex, 11:23 in Essex. That's dope.
Yeah, I'm a little excited right now.
Got that international flavor right now going on, Gorilla.
Yeah, I know that. But yeah, I'm planning on doing something cool in a little bit. I'm just waiting for something to happen. So,
cool.
What was I going to ask you? So, did you ever think about like start making music again? Is that something that, like, you know, I'm not a musician, so
From Gangstar is incredible. They're always going to be incredible. So to hear Primo beats today, DJ Premier beats over that, it's incredible. Kendrick Lamar is incredible. Joey Badass. There's a kid right up the block from you in Coney Island.
Speaking of
What's up? What's up?
Damn.
What's
What?
Up,
Yo, dude, look what I'm wearing.
License to ill.
No.
What is
I
that?
got a big white Cadillac Seville and written right on the side it reads "Dress to Kill."
What's going on? Happy birthday.
Wow. Yeah, man. Oh my goodness. How are you, D?
I'm all right. How you doing?
I'm good, man. Yo,
See, like, to me, that is, like, so unbelievable for me to be able to do something like that. And it could still happen. I'm just learning how to get all this shit together. Karma gets the gas face. What up, Romy Blue? Yeah, no, it's just, he pretended to be in the hood. He was a rich Jew. No, he was from the hood. They rolled in Far Rock. And Far Rock was no joke, but yes, he is Jewish. And as far as if was he actually rich, I don't know. But they were from the street. Ain't no joke about that. I can tell you that. Yeah, the Drunken Donuts, 100%. I had the hat waiting there. I wear that hat because of them. I still got my fat laces on my shell tops because of DMC, and he couldn't be he's one of the nicest guys on the planet. So I am just blessed to have them both, like people I could just send a text to and say what's up, and they always get back to me. But another big week this week. I want to say peace to everybody. I will get off this by saying no, I did not. MC Gunga did. I like it. D Frosty Brew. I think that's my new. I used to be. I was DJ Underwears. That's Fun to Wears, but now it's MC Gunga Din. Yeah, have a great night, everybody. I'll be on tomorrow. I'm not sure with who. I may just be on to shoot the shit, but Wednesday is going to be a big deal. Get your questions ready for Jennifer Flowers because she's coming on, and she's got some fucking crazy shit to tell you. And she's got a documentary coming out, and we want to talk about that as well. And I might have some other people involved. But on that end, it's been a nice hour and a half. Went by real fast. I appreciate everybody there, and we'll talk tomorrow. Peace out. Thank you. Wait, hold on a second. I'll go out with my. Where is it? My intro.
Aftershock XL.
Aftershock XL.
Steve Grillo.
Top shelf liquor. Top shelf liquor.
Each week, the former Howard Stern intern will interview celebrities and its eclectic friends,
Grillo, what's going on out there? You were my #1 man. I don't give that role to anybody.
sharing twisted tales of debauchery.
And I'm just dumbfounded.
This is Aftershock XL.